Coming up today on This Is True Really News, you will not believe the second story. Honest to God.
Oh, I bet I won't.
Well, you aren't going to like it. I know that much. You, particularly.
Oh, no.
If you like stuff you don't like, please like, subscribe, and follow This Is True Really News. Leave comments wherever you find us. And if you have to send us something longer, something we missed, whatever, send it to TITR@netradio.network.
That'd be great. If you like stuff you don't like, wouldn't you not like it in the first place?
Hey. I like stuff I don't like. Lots of it.
I'm hoping my camera froze.
This is True Really News with Scott Combs and Tony Verkinnes. All the news you're about to hear is true,
Really?
as far as you know.
All right. We had the weird case of fraud and ickiness the last time. This is creative. I'll give them that.
Is this also from Michelle over in Colorado?
No.
Oh, okay.
Although it could have been, because it involves bears.
Oh, there we are.
Kinda. The old, if it wrecks cars like a bear, walks like a bear, and talks like a bear, is it a bear?
If it looks like a bear, it's a bear.
Bears don't talk, but that's a whole nother story.
Oh.
And we're going to start at the very end.
Okay.
And the way it's phrased, I'm guessing all four of this crew has been found guilty of fraud, because three of them have been sentenced and the fourth is waiting for that final sentence report.
Okay.
The arrest in the case happened in 24. If you'd like a reminder, because I don't know if we talked about this one, but we certainly shouldn't have. I'm just going to go with this. There are four guys involved. The two oldest are 39. The youngest pup is 26.
Okay.
They were vacationing at Lake Arrowhead.
All right.
Nice place. Unfortunately, an unspeakable disaster struck. Well, it's not unspeakable because I'm about to tell you what happened. Overnight, a bear snuck into several vehicles owned by the Friends group and ruined them. You know how bears are. They're just not neat when it comes
Especially if they get stuck in there, then things really
Or if they have any idea, if there's any scent of any food that's ever been in that truck.
Oh, my goodness.
They will find it even if there isn't any.
Yeah.
On that one night, the bear shredded the interior of, keep track now, 2010 Rolls Royce Ghost, a 2015 Mercedes 363 AMG, and a 2022 Mercedes E350. I'm guessing that's over $1 million worth of cars. The car's seats and body panels have been clawed at and torn apart. Luckily, though...
Maybe the bear's just an activist and doesn't like rich people.
There are enough of those. Luckily, each of the bear attacks had been caught on security camera video. So each of the car owners submitted their claim to their respective insurance company and get, reimbursed for the savage bear attack. The claims totaled about $141,839.
How many vehicles were used?
Well, it's only three, so that'd be what? But 60, not quite. No, more like 50 grand a piece, a little under.
Okay.
Anyway, the insurance companies did what insurance companies do ever so grudgingly. They paid out, but they did feel, shall we say, uneasy. Something didn't sit right, so they launched the investigation, which is generally where the movie begins.
Investigations were investigated.
Those are hardly ever done, which is a shame. Right. Among the first odd details about the attacks was that they all happened on the same night of January 8th. Now, is it impossible for a rampaging bear to wreck multiple cars in identical fashion in one night?
There's a non-zero chance.
Yeah, so no. Is it extremely unlikely? Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
The supposed bear was also bizarre. He had a cap and wore a tie with a collar but no shirt.
And had a cigarette dangling out of his mouth.
Kept looking for picnic baskets. We don't know. Yogi. Not that the insurance agents were wildlife experts by any means. And it was, you're out in the wherever bears are. So it's pretty grainy video. So you couldn't see the minute, but the animal just seemed off, wrong. So investigators asked an actual biologist from the California Department of Fish and Wildlife to check it out. The expert immediately said, that's not a bear. It It was clearly a bear and a human in a bear suit, because a bear in a human suit would be funny.
Looked like Jackie Gleason.
Until you think too hard about where that came from. With that, the California Department of Insurance acquired a search warrant for the 4 suspects' homes. And in one of them, they discovered, you'll never guess,
the bear costume.
No, a meticulously crafted bear suit.
Oh,
yeah. A furry jacket and leggings, a hollow bear head, I love this, furred shoes, and a pair of bear mittens with vicious claws. The claws weren't really integrated into the suit, so if you've ever seen some of the, like, kung fu movies,
yep,
you know, the things you grab and they have the long spikies.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All the suspects, those things were just used to make shred of anything. All the suspects were arrested right there. They had since been waiting for trial, which finally arrived in April of 26. Took a while.
Okay.
The judge's gavel sent Zuckerman, Tamarzian, and Muradkanian to 180 days in prison.
Okay.
And they will have to pay restitution to the insurance companies.
I'd make them wear their bear suits anytime they had a visitor.
Without the claws.
Without the claws. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I just let them have the bear. They each needed to have a bear suit when they're in jail.
Oh, there you go.
That'll be worthwhile. They did get off easy, although, I mean, come on, it's California.
Right.
Under California written law, those charged with insurance fraud of this magnitude could end up in the slammer for up to 5 years. But again, I love it. Perhaps the judge and jury were sufficiently impressed by the craftsmanship of the trio's bear outfit. No. One more time. No. It's California. Never mind. The 4th case is still pending. He's awaiting judgment. When the case turned out to be fraud, bears can really destroy your car.
Yes, okay? They can. They can.
And when we say lock your car, we mean lock your car.
Right.
They may break the window, but very seldom. Normally, they
just rock it.
They rock it around. They'll mess with the handles because they're not stupid. So if you lock it, they'll probably, make your suspension work a little bit, but that's about it. Thank you.
This from Ronnie Tucker.
By the way, if you also find a bear with like parts of a leather seat hanging out of his mouth, yeah, avoid him.
Yeah, back away slowly.
Yeah, drive away faster.
This from Ronnie Tucker, our local Scotsman.
Vladi.
Hello? You're just going to use that name willy-nilly?
No, if his name is willy-nilly, I'd use Willie.
A Nelson District Court jury.
So if Willie married Nilly.
And they had a baby.
Oh. If a golfer named William married Nellie Corda, they could be Willie Nelly. That's pretty close.
A Nelson District Court jury has found 3 women guilty of indecent assault.
Don't look at me like that, you stupid zebra.
Following an incident in which they used sex toys on an unconscious man and filmed the encounter for their own amusement.
Is that like the morons in Minneapolis with the...
Oh, yeah. Sure it is.
Okay.
Although this one takes an interesting turn. Among the convicted was the victim's own girlfriend, whose identity remains suppressed by the court to protect the victim's privacy because she's not 21.
Huh?
The incident followed a night of heavy drinking that began with the victim bragging to the group about his high alcohol tolerance and how much he could drink.
Okay.
Despite his boasts, the man, who is approximately 10 years older than the 3 defendants.
I'm sorry?
10 years older than the 3 defendants.
That's what you said.
Eventually became completely incapacitated and passed out. While he was unconscious and vulnerable, his girlfriend and her friends, 2 sisters, Grace Elizabeth Satherley, 25, and Georgia Rose Satherley, 22, procured a variety of sex toys.
Okay.
The group proceeded to use
They went to the dirty store without us?
I think they didn't have to leave.
Point.
The group proceeded to use the objects on the man's body and recorded the acts on their mobile phones. They later testified they considered the behavior funny and categorized the events as mere drunken antics. Imagine that playing out in a different scenario.
Oh, I don't think so.
Evidence presented during the trial established that while the objects were used on him in an indecent manner, there was no penetrative involvement. And maybe they were afraid to wake him. The victim remained entirely unaware of the violation until the following day, when his girlfriend showed him the photographs and videos the group had recorded. Horrified.
Horrified, you say?
I say horrified by the digital evidence of his own assault. The man contacted police, resulting in the women being charged with sexual violation.
Sure.
During the trial, the defense argued that the women lacked criminal intent, portraying the assault as a misguided, alcohol-fueled prank. Counsel suggested that because of their close social relationship, the women did not realize their actions constituted a crime.
I'm sorry?
Yep, they didn't realize that their actions could constitute a crime.
No.
While the jury acquitted the trio of the more serious charge of sexual violation, they returned guilty verdicts for indecent assault. Judge Joe Riley condemned the appalling breach of trust and sentenced each woman to community work and $1,500 in emotional harm reparations.
This in California?
No, New Zealand.
Oh, same thing.
Nelson. The guy and that girlie are not dating anymore.
Think? I mean, let's be honest. Why would they be?
Let's not also go around bragging how much we can drink. Well, only an idiot does that.
Yeah. How old were they?
22 and 24 and under 21.
Yeah, they might still brag about that.
The other guy was, 32 to 34, something like that? Or
yeah, they
30.
might still brag about that.
Idiots.
They're children.
Mm-hmm.
Really demented, disgusting.
Drunken.
Children.
Yep.
Well, I feel better about life. Thanks.
Yeah, me too. I love humanity. We're also cuddly.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I was thinking. Huh. Remember the graffiti artist from last time?
Yes.
Graffiti artists have tagged more than 25 stories of an abandoned LA skyscraper.
Wow.
Story from a couple years back at KTLA. Renovations on Oceanwide Plaza. Oceanwide is on your side, which is true, left or right, either side.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Front and back too, so all four sides.
Yeah, but
if you're in
the north side's, the north side is kind of, frozen.
Yeah, it's a little cooler.
Yeah. It's weird. You go south, it's warm. But you go too far south,
and it's
might
cold.
have gone north.
Yeah, exactly.
Graffiti artists have tagged more than 25 stories of said Oceanwide Plaza. When renovation stalled in 2019, the building has been sitting empty. Oh, that's never good for a building. Darren Burgundy, no relation
to Ron.
That's what I'm thinking. Is a street photographer and said he'd noticed taggers for the previous 3 nights.
Where did he get a grenade?
Huh?
That's from Ron Burgundy.
Oh, sorry. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I haven't watched that in a while and probably won't. Where was I now? He'd noticed taggers the previous 3 nights. He said he could see people up on the balcony. And he also mentioned that he'd heard people were coming from out of state for the chance to tag the building. Well, let's think about it. You got a skyscraper.
Tag tourism?
Who'd have thunk it? Not as creative as the bear suit, but a thought. And with the money they're going to need, California might want to look into that. Where was I now?
California.
It's been wild to watch, said the photographer, Mr. Burgundy. It's not so luxury around here anymore. So far, LAPD has made 2 arrests and is working with district officials to secure the building since it is abandoned.
Yeah.
You know, if one of those taggers gets hurt, you're in Los Angeles, dude. One of those taggers gets hurt, whoever owns the building is doomed.
Hey, get serious. You and I could end up being involved. That's how weird things are out there.
Yeah, true. Where were you?
So you remember way back a few days ago when we talked about Harvard not being what it once was? It's not an elite school anymore. All people want is a Harvard degree.
Go to Yale. Wait, that
hang on. Well, that's where we're headed in a minute.
No.
And what Harvard found out from businesses, look, we don't even look at your grades anymore because your grade inflation is terrible.
Yeah.
We don't know if your people are any good at anything.
Well, they're good at certain things. You can see the videos on any news station. So.
Exactly. New Haven, Connecticut, Yale University has released a landmark faculty report acknowledging that institutional political bias, administrative bloat, and a culture of self-censorship have severely eroded public trust in the Ivy League institution.
You could put an S at the end of that.
Yeah, I think so. Ivy League's institution.
Nope. Try again.
Ivy's League institution.
I'm going to give you one more shot before I get in my truck and come down there and see you.
Ivy League institutions. I don't want to see you.
Thank you.
The report of the Committee on Trust in Higher Education, commissioned by President Maury Verkinnes, arrives as national confidence in universities has hit a record low of
0?
36%.
Ouch.
The committee, comprised of 10 senior faculty members, described the findings as a necessary reckoning for a campus that has increasingly prioritized social conformity over open inquiry. Central to the report is a stark ideological imbalance. Really? Among the faculty of arts and sciences in the law school,
What is this said imbalance, sir?
registered Democrats outnumber Republicans by 36-1.
So it's noticeable.
That's just a mite. I'm amazing you can take a right turn on the campus.
You can't. They're all one-way streets, and you have to keep turning left.
The committee warned that this echo chamber.
Oh, come on, that was a little funny. Don't give me that.
It was funny. I thought that
no,
was
Martin
good.
Luther was giving me the scowl.
Oh, well, Luther's a puke sometimes.
Do I like you anymore?
He had lower intestinal difficulties. That's
Yes,
why
he did.
He wrote his sermons on the pot.
When was he alive? Everybody had intestinal difficulties.
The committee warned that this echo chamber had fostered a climate of where 1/3 of undergraduates feel unable to express their political beliefs for fear of social shaming.
Or worse.
So, faculty response to the report has been a mix of somber agreement and professional anxiety. Many professors praised the document's bracing candor. And I remember when we were talking Harvard, I said they should.
Yep.
Others have voiced concern over proposed solutions.
Because solutions might change things.
Specifically, the committee's call for grading reform, citing that 79% of Yale college grades are now in the A or A- area, has met with resistance from faculty who fear that stricter standards might disadvantage Yale students in the global job market. Closed circuit feed down the love network to you pack of imbeciles. It already has. The grade inflation already has. They already told you. They have no idea whether your people are competent at all. Despite these tensions, the faculty consensus appears to support the report's call for institutional neutrality. Professors have begun departmental self-studies to address viewpoint diversity, acknowledging that the university must return to its core mission of intellectual humility. Well, that would be a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, but we've gotten to the point in my life with this that I'll believes it when I sees it.
President Verkinnes has fully accepted the findings, pledging to reform admissions and grading practices. Yale is more than a mere bystander in this crisis.
So the president wouldn't have done that without the...
Don't know.
Oh, yeah, you do.
She signaled a definitive shift toward restoring the university's academic reputation. Well, then you got to change the way the grades have been inflated. And you got to tell those sorry...
Careful.
Mother thrusters that you can't just buy a degree. The business perspective, I looked into it a little bit.
Yeah.
A university degree used to be a warranty of quality.
Yep.
Lately, it's felt more like a receipt for a luxury purchase.
Yep. You know, one of those items that's useless, but it's nice to have.
Exactly.
You can show it off to your friends.
So the best businesses are out there going, we don't care about your grade inflation, and we don't care about the name of the institution anymore.
Nope.
You guys have screwed that up so thoroughly with your antics. This will be interesting to watch.
Will it?
And appalling to know, by the way.
There you go. Thank you.
This is true, really news. Send email to TITR@netradio.network.